Georgia is a state in the southeastern region of the United States. It borders Tennessee to the northwest, North Carolina to the north, South Carolina to the northeast, the Atlantic Ocean to the southeast, Florida to the south, and Alabama to the west. Of the 50 United States, Georgia is the 24th largest by area and 8th most populous. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, its 2023 estimated population was 11,029,227. Atlanta, a global city, is both the state's capital and its largest city. The Atlanta metropolitan area, with a population of more than 6.3 million people in 2023, is the 6th most populous metropolitan area in the United States and contains about 57% of Georgia's entire population. Other major metropolitan areas in the state include Augusta, Savannah, Columbus, and Macon. The province of Georgia was created in 1732 and first settled in 1733 with the founding of Savannah. Georgia became a British royal colony in 1752. It was the last and southernmost of the original 13 colonies to be established, named after King George II of Great Britain. The Georgia colony covered the area from South Carolina south to Spanish Florida and west to French Louisiana at the Mississippi River. On January 2, 1788, Georgia became the 4th state to ratify the United States Constitution. From 1802 to 1804, Western Georgia was split to form the Mississippi Territory, which later was admitted as the U.S. states of Alabama and Mississippi. Georgia declared its secession from the Union on January 19, 1861, and was one of the original 7 Confederate states. Following the Civil War, it was the last state to be restored to the Union. On July 15, 1870, in the post-Reconstruction era of the late 19th century, Georgia's economy was transformed as a group of prominent politicians, businessmen, and journalists, led by Henry W. Grady, espoused a New South philosophy of sectional reconciliation and industrialization. During the mid-20th century, several people from Georgia, most notably Martin Luther King Jr., were prominent leaders during the Civil Rights Movement. Atlanta was selected as host of the 1996 Summer Olympics, which marked the 100th anniversary of the modern Olympic Games. Since 1945, Georgia has seen substantial population and economic growth as part of the broader Sun Belt phenomenon. From 2007 to 2008, 14 of Georgia's counties ranked among the nation's 100 fastest growing. Georgia is defined by a diversity of landscapes, flora, and fauna. The state's northernmost regions include the Blue Ridge Mountains, part of the larger Appalachian mountain system. The Piedmont Plateau extends from the foothills of the Blue Ridge south to the Fall Line, an escarpment to the coastal plain defining the state's southern region. Georgia's highest point is Brasstown Bald at 4,784 feet, 1,458 meters above sea level. The lowest is the Atlantic Ocean, with the exception of some high-altitude areas in the Blue Ridge. The entirety of the state has a humid subtropical climate. Of the states entirely east of the Mississippi River, Georgia is the largest inland area. The brown thrasher Toxostoma rufum is a large, slender songbird with a long tail and a large bill. It is a member of the Mimidae family, which also includes the northern mockingbird and gray catbird. The brown thrasher is a reddish-brown bird with bright yellow eyes and streaks on its breast. It is larger than a thrush and has a longer tail. Rosa laevigata. The Cherokee rose is a white, fragrant rose native to southern China and Taiwan south to Laos and Vietnam, and invasive in the United States. The southern live oak Quercus virginiana is a tree that is native to the southeastern United States and Mexico. It is a keystone species that provides shade and habitat for many organisms. The southern live oak is a majestic tree that is nearly evergreen, and like most oak trees, the oldest live oaks in the country are estimated to be between several hundred to more than 1,000 years old. The southern live oak is a symbol of the South. The U.S. state of Georgia is divided into 159 counties, the second highest number after Texas. which has 254 counties. Under the Georgia State Constitution, all of its counties are granted home rule to deal with problems that are purely local in nature. Also, 8 consolidated city counties have been established. In Georgia, Athens-Clarke County, Augusta-Richmond County, Columbus-Muskogee County, Georgetown-Quitman County, Stayton-Ville Eccles County, Macon-Bibb County, Caseta-Chattahoochee County, and Preston-Webster County. Top 10 largest cities in Georgia. Number 10. Warner Robins, Georgia. Warner Robins is a city in Houston and Peach counties in the U.S. state of Georgia. It is the state's 11th largest incorporated city, with a population of 80,308 in the 2020 census. The city is the main component of the Warner Robins Metropolitan Statistical Area, including Houston, Peach, and Pulaski counties, which had a census population of 201,469 in 2020. It is a component of the Macon-Warner Robins-Fort Valley Combined Statistical Area, with an estimated 2018 population of 423,572. Robins Air Force Base, a U.S. Air Force maintenance and logistics complex that was founded as the Warner Robins Air Depot in 1942, is located east of the city limits. The base's expansion and the suburbanization of nearby Macon have led to the city's growth in the post-World War II era. Number 9. Roswell, Georgia. Roswell is a city in northern Fulton County, Georgia, United States. At the official 2020 census, the city had a population of 92,883, making Roswell the state's 9th largest city. A suburb of Atlanta, Roswell has an affluent historic district. Number 8. Sandy Springs, Georgia. Sandy Springs is a city in northern Fulton County, Georgia, United States, and a suburb of Atlanta. The city's population was 108,080 at the 2020 census, making it Georgia's 7th most populous city. It is the site of several corporate headquarters, including UPS, Newell Brands, Inspire Brands, Focus Brands, Cox Enterprises, and Mercedes-Benz USA's corporate offices. Number 7. South Fulton, Georgia. South Fulton is a city in Fulton County, Georgia, United States in the Atlanta metropolitan area. It was incorporated in 2017 from parts of southwest Fulton County and includes the communities of Red Oak, Cooks Crossing, Stonewall, Fife, Ben Hill, Sandtown, Cliftondale, Ono, Cedar Grove, Boat Rock and Dry Pond, Maud, Lester, Hennon, Welcome All, Peters Woods, and part of Campbellton. As of 2020, it had a population of 107,436, making it the state's 8th largest city in population. As of 2020, South Fulton has the highest African American percentage of any U.S. city, over 100,000, surpassing highly African American cities such as Detroit and Jackson. Number 6. Athens, Georgia. Athens is a consolidated city-county in the U.S. state of Georgia. Downtown Athens lies about 70 miles, 110 kilometers, northeast of downtown Atlanta. The University of Georgia, the state's flagship public university and an R1 research institution, is in Athens and contributed to its initial growth. In 1991, after a vote the preceding year, the original city of Athens abandoned its charter to form a unified government with Clarke County, referred to jointly as Athens-Clarke County, where it is the county seat. As of 2020, the U.S. Census Bureau's population of the consolidated city-county all of Clarke County except Winterville and a portion of Bogart was 127,315. Athens is the 6th most populous city in Georgia and the principal city of the Athens metropolitan area, which had a 2020 population of 215,415. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Metropolitan Athens is a component of the larger Atlanta-Athens-Clarke County Sandy Springs combined statistical area. The city is dominated by a pervasive college, town culture and music scene centered in downtown Athens. Next to the University of Georgia's North Campus, major music acts associated with Athens include numerous alternative rock bands such as R.E.M., the B-52s, Widespread Panic, Drive-By Truckers of Montreal, Neutral Milk Hotel, and Harvey Milk. The city is also known as a recording site for such groups as the Atlanta-based Indigo Girls, the 2020 book, Cool Town, How Athens, Georgia, launched alternative music and changed American culture. Describes Athens as the model of the indie culture of the 1980s. Number 5. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah is the oldest city in the U.S. state of Georgia and the county seat of Chatham County. Established in 1733 on the Savannah River, the city of Savannah became the British colonial capital of the province of Georgia, and later the first state capital of Georgia, a strategic port city in the American Revolution and during the American Civil War. Savannah is today an industrial center and an important Atlantic seaport. It is Georgia's fifth most populous city, with a 2020 U.S. Census population of 147,780. The Savannah metropolitan area, Georgia's third largest, had a 2020 population of 404,798. Each year, Savannah attracts millions of visitors to its cobblestone streets, parks, and notable historic buildings. These include the birthplace of Juliette Gordon Low, founder of the Girl Scouts of the USA, the Georgia Historical Society, the oldest continually operating historical society in the South, the Telfair Academy of Arts and Sciences, one of the South's first public museums, the First African Baptist Church, one of the oldest African American Baptist congregations in the United States, Temple Mikveh Israel, the third oldest synagogue in the U.S., and the Central of Georgia Railway Roundhouse Complex, the oldest standing antebellum rail facility in the U.S. and now a museum and visitor center. Savannah's downtown area, which includes the Savannah Historic District, its 22 park-like squares, and the Savannah Victorian Historic District, is one of the largest national historic landmark districts in the United States. Designated by the federal government in 1966, downtown Savannah largely retains the founder James Oglethorpe's original town plan, a design known as the Oglethorpe Plan. During the 1996 Summer Olympics hosted by Atlanta, Savannah held sailing competitions in the nearby Wausau Sound. Number 4. Macon, Georgia. Macon, officially Macon-Bibb County, is a consolidated city-county in Georgia, United States, situated near the fall line of the Ocmulgee River. It is 85 miles 137 kilometers southeast of Atlanta and near the state's geographic center, hence its nickname the Heart of Georgia. Macon's population was 157,346 in the 2020 census. It is the principal city of the Macon Metropolitan Statistical Area, which had 234,802 people in 2020. It also was the largest city in the Macon-Warner Robins Combined Statistical Area (CSA), which had approximately 420,693 residents in 2017 and abuts the Atlanta metropolitan area to the northwest. Voters approved the consolidation of the city of Macon and Bibb County governments in a 2012 referendum. Macon became the state's fourth largest city after Augusta. When the merger became official on January 1, 2014, Macon is served by 3 interstate highways: I-16, connecting to Savannah and coastal Georgia, I-75 connecting to Atlanta to the north, and Valdosta to the south, and I-475, a city bypass highway. The area has 2 small general aviation airports, Middle Georgia Regional Airport and Herbert Smart Downtown Airport. Residents traveling to and from the area mainly use the large commercial airport in Atlanta, approximately 80 miles to the northwest. The city has several institutions of higher education and numerous museums and tourism sites. Number 3. Columbus, Georgia. Columbus is a consolidated city-county located on the west-central border of the U.S. state of Georgia. Columbus lies on the Chattahoochee River directly across from Phoenix City, Alabama. It is the county seat of Muskogee County, with which it officially merged in 1970. The original merger excluded Bibb City, which joined in 2000 after dissolving its own city charter. Columbus is the second most populous city in Georgia after Atlanta, and fields the state's fourth largest metropolitan area. At the 2020 U.S. Census, Columbus had a population of 206,922, with 328,883 in the Columbus Metropolitan Statistical Area. The metro area joins the nearby Alabama cities of Auburn and Opelika to form the Columbus-Auburn-Opelika Combined Statistical Area, which had a population of 563,967 in 2020. Columbus lies 100 miles, 160 kilometers southwest of Atlanta. Fort Moore, the United States Army's maneuver center of excellence and a major employer, is located south of the city in southern Muskogee and Chattahoochee counties. Columbus is home to museums and tourism sites, including the National Infantry Museum, dedicated to the U.S. Army's infantry branch. It has the longest urban whitewater rafting course in the world, constructed on the Chattahoochee River. Number 2. Augusta, Georgia. Augusta is a city on the central eastern border of the U.S. state of Georgia. The city lies directly across the Savannah River from North Augusta, South Carolina, at the head of its navigable portion. Georgia's third most populous city after Atlanta and Columbus, Augusta is located in the Fall Line section of the state. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Augusta had a 2020 population of 202,081, not counting the unconsolidated towns of Blythe and Hephzibah, which fall under Augusta-Richmond County. It is the 116th most populous city in the United States and the 92nd largest metropolitan area. The process of consolidation between the city of Augusta and Richmond County began with a 1995 referendum in the two jurisdictions. The merger was completed on July 1, 1996. Augusta is the principal city of the Augusta metropolitan area. In 2020 it had a population of 206,000, making it the second largest metro area in the state after Atlanta, and the 9th most populous urban center in the Deep South. Augusta was established in 1736, and is named in honor of Princess Augusta of Saxe-Gotha, 1719–1772, the bride of Frederick, Prince of Wales, and the mother of the British monarch George III. During the American Civil War, Augusta housed the principal Confederate powder works. Augusta's warm climate made it a major resort town of the eastern United States in the early and mid-20th century. Internationally, Augusta is best known for hosting the Masters Golf Tournament each spring. The Masters brings over 200,000 visitors from around the world to the Augusta National Golf Club. Membership at Augusta National is widely considered to be the most prestigious in the sport of golf around the world. Augusta lies approximately 2 hours away from downtown Atlanta by car via I-20. The city is home to Fort Eisenhower, a major U.S. Army base formerly known as Fort Gordon. In 2016, it was announced that the new National Cybersecurity headquarters would be based in Augusta. Number 1. Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta is the capital and most populous city in the U.S. state of Georgia. It is the seat of Fulton County, and a portion of the city extends into neighboring DeKalb County, with a population of 510,823 living within the city limits. Atlanta is the 8th most populous city in the Southeast and 37th most populous city in the United States. According to the 2020 U.S. Census, it is the principal city of the much larger Atlanta metropolitan area, the core of which includes Cobb, Clayton, and Gwinnett counties. In addition to Fulton and DeKalb, Metro Atlanta is home to more than 6.3 million people, 2023 estimate, making it the 6th largest U.S. metropolitan area. Situated among the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains at an elevation of just over 1,000 feet 300 meters above sea level, Atlanta features unique topography that includes rolling hills, lush greenery, and the densest urban tree coverage of any major city in the United States. Atlanta was originally founded as the terminus of a major state-sponsored railroad, but it soon became the convergence point among several railroads, spurring its rapid growth. The largest was the Western and Atlantic Railroad, from which the name Atlanta is derived, signifying the city's growing reputation as a major hub of transportation. During the American Civil War, it served a strategically important role for the Confederacy until it was captured. In 1864, the city was almost entirely burned to the ground during General William T. Sherman's March to the Sea. However, the city rebounded dramatically in the post-war period and quickly became a national industrial center and the unofficial capital of the New South. After World War II, it also became a manufacturing and technology hub. During the 1950s and 1960s, it became a major organizing center of the American Civil Rights Movement, with Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph Abernathy, and many other locals becoming prominent figures in the movement's leadership. In the modern era, Atlanta has remained a major center of transportation, with Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport becoming the world's busiest airport by passenger traffic in 1998, a position it has held every year since, except for 2020, with an estimated 93.7 million passengers in 2022, with a nominal gross domestic product GDP of $473 billion in 2021. Atlanta has the 11th largest economy of cities in the U.S. and the 22nd largest in the world. Its economy is considered diverse, with dominant sectors in industries including transportation, aerospace, logistics, healthcare, news and media operations, film and television production, information technology, finance, and biomedical research and public policy. Atlanta established itself on the world stage when it won and hosted the 1996 Summer Olympics. The Games impacted Atlanta's development growth into the 21st century and significantly sparked investment in the city's universities, parks, and tourism industry. The gentrification of some of its neighborhoods has intensified in the 21st century with the growth of the Atlanta Beltline. This has altered its demographics, politics, aesthetics, and culture.